What's up? Welcome to Enlightened Documentaries. I got a great book, A Spiritual Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. It's about a priest who has like an out-of-body experience, or he has like a near-death experience, and he becomes like awakened and he starts questioning his religion. And you know how I am. I question all religions, I question all truths. I question everything really. I question all sciences. And anyway, I'm learning about like the history of Jesus and Satan, the ones that we call Jesus and Satan from a Christian standpoint. And like I said, I study all religions, so I'm not a Christian, but I admire the teachings of the Christ. But anyway, I want to read you this because this is the truth of Satan. Um, oh, I also wrote a brief history of time instead of a brief history of Satan. Shout out to anyone who understands that joke. It's a Stephen Hawking joke. A full history of the concept. I'm a little bit high right now, so I'm sorry if my reading is a little bad. It's medicinal. Anyway, a full history of the concept of the devil is beyond the scope of this book. However, I would like to point out several interesting ideas concerning personified evil. First, in the Old Testament, Satan, the name wasn't capitalized because there are no capital letters in Hebrew. It is only mentioned 4 times outside of the book of Job. My grandma says it's pronounced Job, not Job. So Satan is only mentioned 4 times in the Old Testament. That's for something that modern religion makes such a big deal of, you think it'd be mentioned more than 4 times. Anyway, that's 4 times in the space of more than 1,200 pages of writing, unlike popular Christianity, which makes so much of Satan that it couldn't survive without him. The Old Testament wouldn't be changed in the least if he were omitted entirely. Second, every time the word Satan appears in the Old Testament, it doesn't signify the incarnation of evil. Instead, the word means adversary. The function of this individual was to act as a prosecuting attorney within God's court. Where or when that took place, I have no idea. That's just my personal comment. What is God's court? What realm is it in? How do we calculate this? I'm a scientist. I don't like to leave any stone unturned. Anyway, he was certainly not considered to be an enemy of God. The reason for this is that there can be no opposition to God. Why? Because Judaism is based on the idea that there are no other gods. There is only one. Therefore, competition from another deity isn't possible. Let me just comment real quick that no matter what religion is right, we're still under the same God. Like, say that there is a God, we're all under the same, because we're all in the same universe together. I mean, we'd be all under the same set of rules together, making us all under the same God. So, anyway, I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to stop commenting. In fact, the word devil doesn't appear in the Old Testament at all. The word devils, plural, appears, but again, only 4 times. Each time the word is mentioned, it's only in connection with sacrifices made to these false entities. This is hardly enough to base a theology of evil on. Third, the word hell appears nowhere in the Old Testament. That's interesting. That's why I underlined it. The word often translated as hell is really the word, now don't quote me, Sheol. This is entirely different concept, for Sheol is a destination for everyone who dies. Not quite sure what they mean by that. It's not a place of torment. Neither is it a place of great joy. It's more like limbo. This is just a completely random note I had. What popular Christianity swears are the rock-solid foundations of their religion concerning Satan, the devil, and even hell have no existence at all in the Old Testament. In fact, these ideas drifted into Judaism during periods when the Jews were living in foreign countries. As such, they are very late additions. They are very late additions to their theology. Jesus and Satan. Ignore my random doodles. Got 1s and 0s up here for what is information. I don't know. Jesus, and down here it was like, how is memory stored and stuff. Jesus himself mentions Satan only 12 times. 3 incidents are replicated in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, leaving only 3 other unique usages. In each of these cases, it appears that Jesus was using the Old Testament's conception of Satan as the prosecuting attorney. Satan is clearly subject to Jesus' bidding. Jesus used the word that we translate as hell on... Well, okay, see, I don't get this, because it's saying that Lucifer, aka Satan, is only this prosecuting attorney, but I also watched a documentary online that said that there was like this holy war and like Lucifer was cast out of heaven and shit, and right now it's like not talking about how he's cast out of heaven and shit. Like, it's not giving the full story, but this is a bit of information I didn't know. Jesus used the word we translate as hell on 8 separate occasions, and some of these he was using the Old Testament, the word Sheol. In other occasions, he was using the word Gehenna, which means the Valley of Hinnom. This was a place on the outskirts of Jerusalem where people burned their garbage. It's only later in Christian tradition that these terms were developed into a full theology of hell as a place of eternal punishment. Contrast this with the fact that Jesus made reference to the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven more than 100 times in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It's apparent that Jesus was far more concerned with illuminating this idea of the kingdom than he was in nurturing fears of damnation, so that's pretty good. Why is this point crucial? Because it flies in the face of vast majority of preaching, which is based on fear. The picture that appears upon close examination is not anything like the religion that is held in popular conceptions. The tragedy is that fear is so pervasive that it virtually chokes out any desire to explore different and life-giving spiritualities. Devil has been blown so far out of proportion that the real emphasis of Jesus' teaching have been lost. That sucks. So yeah, like what Paul Radmacher, I think this guy used to be a priest too. I think he was a priest. Let me see. The path to enlightenment is not always a straight one. The Monroe Institute. I've read about the Monroe Institute. They're an educational research organization dedicated to the exploration of human consciousness. Oh, he's a director of Monroe Institute? That's amazing. That's actually very amazing. I've read about that. So, I've read about that in a different book. But, he's basically saying here that Satan isn't that important and isn't mentioned in the Bible at all. That's what he's saying. And he's saying that the religions are just fear-mongering. So that's like the truth of religion from his perspective. That's the truth of Satan from his perspective. I think this guy used to be a priest too. But I was watching a YouTube documentary and it said that Lucifer was this high-ranking angel who was like beautiful, and then he was like cast out of heaven. And if this historically has any truth to it, then maybe he's this non-physical entity, and there's a government in this non-physical realm, and perhaps I'm just trying to translate this into logical terms on what biblically could be true behind this story of the Bible. Like if Lucifer was a high-ranking angel or archangel, as the legend tells, then I'm just trying to think, like, because he did right here. He's basically saying Satan is not important. And that's good because fuck Satan. He sounds like an asshole. But from the rumors, from the reputation he has, but I just like finding truth in all religions. I like seeking truth and seeking enlightenment and seeing what the truth is. But then you gotta remember, like, one man's translation. Well, this isn't a translation. He's really just saying that it's not mentioned. That's more of a fact. Because Bibles can be translated so many ways, but I don't know. I just feel like this character Lucifer has a lot more background than, because Lucifer is Satan to my knowledge, or I feel like he has a lot more background than what Paul is giving forth here. Like, I feel like he was involved in a lot more stuff, governmentally and biblically than just, he was only mentioned 4 times. Like, isn't Satan Lucifer, or am I an idiot? Like, hold on. Is Satan Lucifer?
In certain religions he is. It's a name for Satan or the devil.
Okay, so the devil is Lucifer. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I was reading that passage, and it said that he was only mentioned like 4 times, and I thought that he played a more significant role in human history, or, assuming Christianity is correct on these events happening.
Right.
So
Lucifer?
Lucifer is the devil, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
In certain religions, certain groups, certain areas, Jerusalem might call him Lucifer. Bethlehem might call him the devil. Depending upon where you're at. Same as here in Westland or, whatever.
Yeah, you always got to remember translation's a bitch.
Yeah.
Especially.
Are you ever going to take that hat off? I mean, I'm not being nasty.
Hold on. Well, that's all the information I really want to... I don't want to make this video too long, but in no way am I supporting Satanism either. I don't support any of that bullshit. I just was reading a book. And I wanted to know the truth. I wonder if all these people are real. I wonder what religion really has it right and what the real truth is to human history.